Where was his wife? Where's his wife at? He was in the garden, he got drunk, he took her home. Where's his wife? So I thought it was high time we start our book club. I'm starting with Samuel Pepys, The Joys of Excess. So a little bit of background. This is basically this dude's diary he lived from 1633 to 1703. And so this was like little excerpts out of his diary. He was a naval administrator and a member of parliament and is best remembered as a diarist. So they saw this man journaling all the time. They always knew he was writing stuff down. So let's just go ahead and get started. January 26th. Home from my office to my lord's lodgings, where my wife had got ready a very fine dinner, viz., a dish of marrow bones, a leg of mutton, a loin of veal, a dish of fowl, 3 pullets, and 2 dozen of larks, all in a dish, a great tot, a neat's tongue, a dish of anchovies, a dish of prawns, and cheese. So basically, I think really, because, they chose which of his excerpts they wanted to add into this. So I really think they wanted to lay on thick how over the top this guy was, how extravagant he was. Like, this is just, supposed to be, a regular dinner, and they have just all kinds of different dishes that are obviously very, I don't know. You got prawns, you got fowl, you got mutton. He's got, several different types of meat. We got a whole surf and turf thing going on. It's a lot. And so who all is here? My company was my father, my Uncle Fenner and his 2 sons, Mr. Pierce and all their wives, and my brother Tom. We were as merry as I could frame myself to be in that company. W. Joyce, after talking, the old rate and drinking hard, vexed his father and mother and wife. And I did perceive that Mr. Pierce that Miss Pierce, her coming so gallant, that it put the 2 young women quite out of courage. So I'm thinking Mrs. Pierce is a baddie, is what I'm thinking. She's coming in, she's got that full regal, elegance to her. She's got that air of authority, so I think that kind of put the other 2 women on edge, because it's these are the younger wives. When it became dark, they all went away, but Mr. Pierce and W. Joyce and their wives and Tom. So basically, his uncle and his dad and his cousins dipped out, so his work buddies are still here. And drank a bottle of wine afterwards, so that Will did heartily anger his father and mother by staying, at which I and my wife were very much pleased. Then they all went, and I fell to writing 2 characters for Mr. Downing, and carried them to him at 9 o'clock at night, and he did not like them, but corrected them, so that tomorrow I am to do them anew. To my lord's lodging again, and sat by the great log, it being now a very good fire, with my wife, and eat a bit, and so home. So I've read through some of this, and it's very much he's kind of quick about oh yeah, I went to work, but he very much seems like the guy that he showed up to work to make sure people saw his face, and then he went drinking and went home, is usually how it goes. So this is their party's over. He had a little bit of work to do after the fact, and then he's yeah, and then I went home. So I'm gonna skip around on some of the days, because like I said, some of the days he's literally just I went to work and I went home, so it's kind of boring. But my May 30th, so we've kind of skipped, it's been 5 months since the first entry. About 8 o'clock in the morning, the lieutenant came to me to know whether I would eat a dish of mackerel, newly catched this morning, for my breakfast, which the captain and we did in the coach. All yesterday and today, I have a great deal of pain in making water in my back, which made me afeard, but it proved nothing but cold, which I took yesterday night. So I'm guessing maybe he's got a UTI or something, pain in his back. I don't fully know. But he's definitely, they're eating a crap ton of different meats. And then him and his buddy are eating some fresh caught, I'm assuming raw mackerel. Maybe it's smoked. I don't doubt it. It's freshly caught this morning. So they're chowing down on some mackerel. And he's I don't know, doing a lot of drinking, eating a lot of weird meats, and now it hurts to pee. So we'll see how this goes. This is August 9th. With Judge Advocate Fowler, Mr. Creed, and Mr. Shepley to the Rhenish wine-house, and Captain Hayward of the Plymouth, who is now ordered to carry my Lord Winchelsea Ambassador to Constantinople. We were very merry, and Judge Advocate did give Captain Hayward his oath of allegiance and supremacy, thence to my office of Privy Seal, and having signed some things there with Mr. Moore, Dean Fuller, to the leg in King Street. So like I said, he went to his office, he went to work, he showed up, he signed some papers, and now he's left. He's gone. That's all he had to do for the day. The leg in King Street, And sending for my wife, we dined there. So they went to a restaurant. Very merry, and after dinner parted. After dinner, with my wife to Mrs. Blackburn to visit her, she being within, I left my wife there, and I to the Privy Seal, where I dispatched some business. So now he's back at the docks doing some work. Where I dispatched some business, and from thence to Miss Blackburn again, who did treat my wife and I with a great deal of civility, and did give us a fine collation of collar of beef, and thence I, having my head full of drink, and through having drunk so much Rhenish wine in the morning, and more in the afternoon at Miss Blackburn, came home, and so to bed, not well, and very ill at night. Well, a couple months ago, he wasn't even peeing right, and now he's still drinking. And he's like, I drank in the morning before I even went to work, and then we had lunch, and then I drank some more, and then I was like, I gotta go to bed because I feel like crap. So shocking, I know. August 10th, I had a great deal of pain all night, and a great looseness upon me, so that I could not sleep. In the morning I rose with much pain, and to the office I went and dined at home. And after dinner, with great pain in my back, I went by water to Whitehall to the Privy Seal, and that done, with Mr. Moore and Creed to Hyde Park by coach, and saw a fine foot race 3 times round the park. Next day, 11th, I rose today without any pain, which makes me think that my pain yesterday was nothing but from my drinking too much the day before. So he's like, it's fine, I just overdid it, it's fine. I'm half expecting, like my initial expectation for this book is this man is dying of some kind of like liver disease or something. Like he's definitely dying early. You just can't tell me he's not. 12th, Lord's Day. So like this is Sunday. We at church. Keep this in mind. This is one of my favorite ones. Keep in mind, Lord's Day is what this man says. Lord's Day. To my Lord, and with him to Whitehall Chapel, where Mr. Calame preached and made a good sermon upon these words. To whom much is given, of him much is required. So this is 1600s. Great power comes great responsibility was the lesson for the church that day. Keep that in mind. He was very officious with his 3 reverences to the king, as others do. After sermon, a brave anthem of Captain Cook's, which he himself sung, and the king was well pleased with it. My lord dined at my Lord Chamberlain's, and I at his house with Mr. Shepley. After that, I went to walk, and meeting Miss Lane of Westminster Hall, I took her to my lord's, and did give her a bottle of wine in the garden, where Mr. Fairbrother of Cambridge did come and find us, and drank with us. So for one, it's the Lord's Day. Keep that in mind. We were just at church. We were listening about great power comes great responsibility. And then now he's sharing a bottle of wine with some girl in the garden. And some guy called him and he's just drinking with him. He's not even paying no attention. Keep that in mind, fellas. Keep your men in check. Keep your homies in check. So he drank with them. After that, I took her to my house, where I was exceeding free in dallying with her. Exceeding free in dallying with her. You know what he did. Y'all know what he did. And she, not unfree to take it. So I'm guessing she's not married. Kind of how he's talking. She's not married, but he is. He literally, a couple of days ago, dropped his wife off at somebody's house and got too drunk. That was literally 3 days ago. He was with his wife at some lady's house. And now he got drunk with some girl in the garden after church, took her back to his house, did what he well pleased. He was free and dallying her, so did what he well pleased, and she wasn't unfree to take it. So you know what's going on. At night, home and called at my father's, where I found Mr. Fairbrother, the guy he drank with earlier. But I did not stay, but went homewards and called in Mr. Rawlinson's, whither my uncle White was coming, and did come, but was exceeding angry, he being a little fuddled, and I think it was that I should see him in that case, as I never saw him in all my life, which I was somewhat troubled at. Home and to bed. And I just want to know, where was his wife? Where's his wife at? He was in the garden, he got drunk, he took her home. Where's his wife? That's all I want to know. That's the answers I'm looking for.